welcome to Emerald Cottage. If you're new here, my name's Jill and I like to talk about all things crochet, knitting, sewing, crafting, but mainly crochet. Today I've got a couple of hauls for you, in fact 3 hauls, which is very exciting, and a whole load of market prep chit chat. So let's just get straight on with it, shall we? So my first haul is a yarn haul partly, is from the Knitting and Stitching show in London, which I went to a few weeks ago with my friend Kath. We had a lovely day. It was really busy though, really busy. And I believe that the Knitting and Stitching show is on in Belfast today as I record this. So if some of you are visiting there, that's quite exciting because it was a really good show. And this is the first year that's come to Belfast. So let's dive into the haul, shall we? So the first thing I bought this penny mat kit to make this mat. So a penny mat, Americans in my audience might be able to correct me, but I believe it was a style of mat made with felt where pennies were sewn into these kind of curved edges and they hang off a table to weight it down. This isn't hanging off a table, this one's just a flat mat to have on a table, but I just love the colours in it. Look, it's just gorgeous. Look at that lovely kind of jadey sage green, and the little beehives are so cute. So she had lots of this from a lady called Mrs. BR's Craft Station, and she had loads of beautiful designs. She had lots of Christmassy ones, which I was really tempted by. There was a lovely snowman one, but I decided to get this one instead. And I don't even know what I'm going to do with it, but I just loved the colours of it and loved the design. So yeah, I started with my penny mat kit from Mrs. BR's Craft Station. Then my second kit was this beautiful denim handbag, and this was from Mandy Shaw, who's Dandelion Designs, and it's a bag that comes with all the fabric, buckle bits to make the front attachment, the webbing for the strap and for the instructions, and it's just beautiful. There's a beautiful sample of it there. And it's lovely crossbody length, just really nice, and I thought it'd be really fun to make my own handbag, which I've not done before. I always think my sewing skills aren't up to scratch. However, I might be starting a sewing class after the new year, so we'll see how that goes. I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll talk about it now. So a friend of mine is going to a sewing class run by a lady called Stitches in Reading, I think she's called, because it's near Reading that I live. And she runs a class where you just bring your own project along, and then you can just quite happily sew on your own project and get guidance and instruction from her. So there's no set kind of lesson plan for the course or anything. It's just a course of lessons of support from the teacher. So I thought I might make this and take that along to my lessons and see how that goes. So that's my denim handbag. Then the third thing I bought was this pattern for this speckled bird decoration. And it's by a company called Make Me Roar. And they produce these really funky, brightly coloured, like llamas and all kinds of different animals. And they had these just lovely kind of rocking birds. I thought they were really cute. So I thought I'd buy the pattern, which makes, it's got 3 colourways on it. And I thought I'd make a couple of them and make one for my friend. I just thought they were really cute, really fun, and lovely colours. And again, that was by Make Me Roar, which you can see on there, Make Me Roar. They are Make Me Roar Design on Instagram. So just lovely pattern. They've made one there with using chunky sized yarn in a different colourway. So that's fun, isn't it? So that was my speckled bird decoration pattern. And then the big one, which actually was about the same price as the denim handbag, and that was this bag of yarn here, which you see the colours in this. But oh, look at those! Look at those! Aren't they lovely? And that was from Black Sheep Wools. I love BSW. I love Black Sheep Wools. Who were holding this? It's a Janie Crow design, or Jane Crowfoot, however you call her, which is this Persian tiles blanket. And I walked past, it was hung up, and you can see that the colours in it are just glorious. and they had a sample hung up on their stand, and I walked past it several times, and I kept coming back to it and thinking, oh, I love that, I love that, I love that. And then I noticed it was called the Marrakesh crochet blanket. And of course, I'd just been to Marrakesh. So I was like, oh, it's got my name written all over it. It's meant to be. So I had to buy that. So I don't need another blanket kit, but since when does need come into it, really? So yes, so that's the Persian Tiles Marrakesh. And I think Persian Tiles is the design, and then Marrakesh is the colourway, I believe. And she talks on the front how she visited the Yves Saint Laurent Museum in Marrakesh. She says, I have been lucky enough to visit the stunning gardens that surround the Yves Saint Laurent Museum in Marrakesh, where I was blown away by the incredible colours and shapes and patterns contained within its walls. Le Jardin Majorelle was created by French artist Jacques Majorelle over the course of almost 4 decades, and was later purchased by Saint Laurent and his partner, who restored and maintained it to create the beautiful location it is today. And we actually visited Le Jardin Majorelle, and it was beautiful. It's stunning. You can see some pictures of it there. Beautiful colours and plants. It was just, yeah, lovely. So I saw this and thought, Marrakesh, yes, it's me. So I look forward to doing that. That'll be one for the new year. That was my haul from the Knitting and Stitching show. And then I've got a haul from, the Dublin Fibre Festival. So just bear with me. So my second haul is from the Dublin Fibre Festival. I went there maybe 2 weeks ago, with my friend Julie. Excuse me. I was over in Northern Ireland visiting my mum. And just so happened that the weekend I was there, the Dublin Fibre Festival was on. So Julie and I and 3 of her friends who I hadn't met before, who were all lovely, we travelled down by train down to Dublin from Belfast, which is about 2-hour train journey, I think. And had a great day out there. I had lovely lunch and did a bit of shopping and did obviously some yarn shopping, and it was great. We had a really good day. Really, really enjoyed it. Seems like weeks ago now. It's funny how that happens, isn't it? That you do something and then so much happens in the intervening period that it just feels like it was absolute ages ago. But anyway, here's my little haul, quite a big haul actually, from the Dublin Fibre Festival. So I can't remember which order I bought these in, or so I can't take you round with me as such, but here's the order they came out of the bag. So first up we have this beautiful DK yarn. It is by the Spinning Web 2B. So on Instagram she's at the Spinning Web, you can see there. And this colourway is called Northern Lights. It's 100% Cheviot. How do you pronounce that? Cheviot or Cheviot wool, anyway. 50-gram skeins, which I've no idea what I'll make these into. I might make some kind of mitts, maybe. I don't think I'll make a scarf because I think it'll be a bit scratchy next to my skin. It's quite rough wool. Oh, I learnt yesterday what worsted spun and woolen spun is, and I'd read about worsted spun and woolen spun before, but never knew the difference, or never knew which one was which. And now I know that worsted spun, the short fibres have been taken out, and all the fibres are in the same direction, so it's very soft. Whereas woolen spun is much more rough. It's still got the short fibres that stick out and make it feel rougher, and that's what wool tends to traditionally feel like. So there you have it, wool spun and worsted spun. So this is obviously woolen spun because it's quite rough, but I just thought it was lovely colours, and it's handmade in Northern Ireland, or hand dyed in Northern Ireland I should say. So that was good. So yes, at the _spinning_web with 2 B's. So really, really lovely. Then we have these beauties here, which from Fine Leaf Fibres. Look at these. Oh my God, look at the colours. Look at them. Just, oh, gorgeous. And these are hand dyed in Cork, which is Southern Ireland, if you don't know. And these are, where is it? The yarn base is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And the colourway, oh, it doesn't have a name. She doesn't put the colourway name on there. But I just thought they were just gorgeous, like real autumn leaves, really fiery and flamey, just beautiful. So yeah, that's those two. I think I'll make a shawl with those, or a scarf. Then I bought these two here, which are from, now I don't know how you pronounce this, Myra Ezan Studio, I think that is. And these gorgeous purples with this brown speckles in. beautiful, aren't they? Just lovely. And this colourway is called Music Festival, and it's a 2-ply sock yarn, so this is going to be very fine to work with. And it is 85% merino, 15% nylon, and it feels very soft actually, this yarn. So I look forward to using that. And funny story about this Mira Izan Studio. So one of the girls we were with, Sarah, I think her name was it Sarah? Yes, it was Sarah. Yeah, why can I not think of that? It was Sarah. Sarah noticed on her bank statement that she had this random transaction from Myra Studio, which was something like £8.50, which translates almost exactly to €10. And of course, in Southern Ireland, it's euro is the currency. And so anyway, we couldn't figure out, but she hadn't bought anything from this stand, so we couldn't figure out what it was, and it bugged us all for lunchtime. And she was really worried. She was really stressed that she'd been waving a card around and somebody had cloned it, or she'd been waving her phone around and had made a transaction by mistake. Anyway, this bothered us all afternoon, even to the extent that we went home still pondering on it. And anyway, the next day she sent a message saying, figured it out. Actually, it was the entrance fee, and for some reason the entrance fee comes up under this Myra Izan Studio. They must be something to do with the organisers. So that was that mystery solved. So yes, this beautiful purple. I don't buy purple very often, so I thought I'd treat myself to these ones. So yes, beautiful. Love that colour. Just, oh, it's so squishy. It's just lovely. Oh, I love it. I love yarn so much. Oh. Right, then I bought also from Myra Izan Studio this beautiful one here, which just called out to me, this one. This colourway is Summer Festival. This one was Music Festival. And this is the same base. So it's 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. And it's just, yeah, it's just lovely. This is 4-ply. This says it's 2-ply, but it looks, no, it is a bit finer actually. Is it? I think it's going to be quite similar weight, although it says it's 2-ply. But yeah, I just love the colours in that again. The colours sang out to me, so I had to buy it. Just had to. Then I bought this one, which is quite unusual for me. So this is Dystopic Fibre. And this one is hand-dyed in Glasgow, actually, in Scotland. And this one I just thought it was such an unusual set of colours in this. You don't often see these kind of coffee colours in yarn. And I love that colourway. I think it's really pretty. So I look forward to using that. And that's definitely going to be a coil of some kind. I've got a kind of taupe coloured jacket that I think this would go really nicely with. And it is 75% merino, 25% nylon, and it's fingering weight. I just thought that was lovely. And the colourway is mycelium. There it is with the price on it, like mycelium or something. And that's Dystopic Fibre. So yeah, beautiful. And finally, from the Dublin Fibre Festival, we have, in fact, it's quite funny actually. A few people I said to, I'm going to Dublin Fibre Festival, they went, Fibre Festival? Like, as in dietary fibre? Like, no. And then somebody else said, like, as in fibre optics? No. Completely wrong sort of fibre. This kind of fibre, obviously. People, honestly. Anyway, so this one was from Earth Yarns, which is, doesn't say where they're based, so I don't know. It just says made in Turkey, so it's not local, I guess. This is 100% superwash extra fine merino, and it is lovely and soft. And it's this. Sorry, I should show you it, shouldn't I? Rather than just sitting cuddling it, I'll actually show you. This beautiful purples and blues and blacks, just really different. I thought this one was. No idea what I'm going to make with this, by the way, but that's not really the point, is it? I've got another little haul to show you from yesterday, and then I'm going to the Christmas wool show in 4 weeks time, and then after that, no more shows for a while because I've bought too much and I need to actually get on and use it. I haven't been using any of this stuff because I've been market prepping, which we'll come on to shortly. But yes, this was the last purchase from the Dublin Fibre Festival, and isn't it gorgeous? So I did really well. So let's look at them all together. A big squishy session. How lucky am I that I can buy these things? Just, oh, lovely. Right, that was the Dublin Fibre Festival. Right, so my third haul is from yesterday. And yesterday I went to an event called Make Joy, which was in London, in Woolwich, which was really handy to get to. It's a place called Woolwich Works. It was dead handy to get to from Reading. We could get the train, we could get the Elizabeth line all the way from Reading, all the way through to Woolwich, which was brilliant. Hour and 20 minutes on the train, no changing, no faffing about with the underground. Brilliant, really good, easy transport day. Excuse me. And it was an event called Make Joy, which was run and organised by my friend Alison, Alison is the tour manager that I've been on the 2 craft retreats with Lucy from Matic 24. Alison comes along and she kind of organises the tour and organises who's doing what and who's going where and where we're eating and all that kind of thing. So she's a lovely girl, Alison, and she organised Make Joy. And Make Joy was a yarny event where she had some talks as well. So I attended a really interesting talk by a lady called Helda Penagari, who I'll link her below. She's on Instagram. I can't remember what her Instagram handle is, but I'll link it below. And Helda had a stroke when she was 33, I think she said. So that was 25 years ago. She'd had a stroke, and she used to be a knitter, and after her stroke, so obviously she had a stroke very young when she was only 33. And after her stroke, she couldn't knit anymore, so she taught herself to crochet. And her talk was called Overcoming Adversity with Crochet, or Through Crochet or something. And it was really interesting just hearing her talk about how crochet helped her through this really difficult time in her life when she had all these challenges to face, when she was relearning to walk and relearning to do everything with her hands again. And she taught herself to crochet, and she was able to just kind of achieve one stitch at a time and have that sense of achievement, even when she couldn't see any progress in her own self. She could see that was progressing because she could crochet more and more. So that was really interesting talk. And then, like any other yarn festival, there were lots of vendors there to buy lovely yarn from. So I bought a couple of things. Well, first of all I bought this gorgeous yarn from Garthenor Organic is the name of their company, I think. And I bought 3 skeins, sorry, just trying to find them here in the bag. 3 skeins of this gorgeousness, which is a colourway called Poppet. And it's like a lovely sagey green, duck eggy blue kind of colour. And it is grown in the Falkland Islands, South Wales and the Scottish Highlands and South West England, scarred, spun and dyed in Yorkshire and hand finished in West Wales. And we had a chat with the chap who does the spinning, and it was he who was talking about worsted weight, that's not right, worsted spun and woolen spun yarn, and this is worsted spun, so it's beautifully soft, because that's what we were saying. We're saying it's so soft for wool, it's just really soft. So yes, I bought 3 of this colourway called Poppet, and then 1 of this colourway called Holly, which is a kind of more of a darker blue. I'm not quite sure why it's called Holly, because it's not very green, but anyway. But I thought that those went beautifully together, and I thought they'd make a lovely shawl in this colour with some kind of edging in the holly colour. So I've got quite definite plans for that one, so that's good. So that was those ones. And then I bought from who's this from? Kettle Yarn Co. I bought 2 of these. Just, oh my god, they're so soft. Oh, I just want to fall asleep in it. It's lovely. This colour is called Voodoo, and it's where is it? British Superwash Blue Faced Leicester /silk fingering weight yarn. And I bought 2 skeins of this. And I bought this in the blue because I don't have very many blue scarves, but I wear a lot of blue. I'm wearing green today, but my trousers are blue. I wear a lot of blue, so I need some scarves and coils to go with my blue clothes. So I bought that. And then I thought I was done at that. And then we got chatting to the yarn whisperer, whose name in real life I don't actually know. And he had a couple of really cool retro bags on his stand, and he had the pattern for them. We were looking at the pattern, looking at the bags and oohing and ahhing over them. And then he got on to telling us about how the bag handles were made by a friend of his who he collaborates with, who does resin stuff, and she makes resin bag handles. And then he went on to tell us that he had something else made out of resin, which I can't say but what it was, but he showed us it. And then he said, oh, and that's going to be in my yarn advent. And I was like, ooh, yarn advent. And he said, yes, I've done a yarn advent. It's 80s inspired. And I was like, oh, I love the 80s. A big 80s fan, me, because I was born in 1970. So that kind of 80s period was all my high school youth. And just, reading Smash Hits magazine and watching Top of the Pops, just all about the 80s for me. So anyway, I'd come into a bit of money. I'll explain why. So my bank account has some kind of cashback thing on it, which I didn't actually realise. They've been sending me emails for the past few years saying, you've got £100 cashback, you've got, and I'm up to £500 cashback. And I thought the £500 worth of rewards were things like 20% off house insurance, or 10% off RAC cover, or get £20 off when you spend £100 at Sainsbury's or something like that. I thought they were all things that you had to spend more money to use them. I didn't realise that it actually was just cold hard cash you could kind of claim, as it were. So consequently, I've got £500 that I can just claim to use, which is why I bought so much yarn. And that's why I decided to treat myself to the yarn advent. So it was £170, so it was definitely a considered purchase. And it comes with this fabulous orange bag. And you can see that there's number 25 on top, look. Which is 25, so it's 25 days. I think it was about 700 grams of yarn. And various other bits and pieces, and I just can't wait to use it. So exciting. So every day he releases a little bit of his website, which tells you a story about what the inspiration was, what the yarn is, or what the advent gift is, and gives you some pattern ideas as well. So I'm really looking forward to opening all of these and then using them in the new year to create some fabulous 80s inspired crochet. So yes, that was the Yarn Whisperer. And that is all my 3 hauls. Oops, let's get that out of the way. That's my 3 yarn hauls. So what a lucky girl I am. It's been lovely. And as I say, I've got the Christmas wool show to go to in Birmingham I think it's on the 15th of December. So it's another few weeks. That's about 5 weeks away, I would say. So a bit of a gap till then. So I'm sure I'll speak to you before then. But the other thing that has been keeping me really busy has been market prep or craft fair prep. So what you guys in the US call craft markets, we call craft fairs here in the UK. And I've signed up to do 4 in December. Well, one of them's in November. So one of them is on the 29th, I think it is, of November. And that one is at my kids' old primary school. Actually, I thought that would be quite nice to go back there and support them a bit. So I'm anticipating it being a lot of parents buying little things for kids. So I've got lots of little kiddie things, like toys and what have you. I'll show you in a minute what my table setup is like. And then on the 1st of December, I want to say, I've got one in Bracknell, which is an indoor independent makers market. And they've got about 70 odd stall holders over 2 floors. It's quite a big event. Well, big event by my standards anyway. Yeah, looking forward to that one. I think that'll be a really good one. And then I'm doing a day nursery in Reading, and I think that'll be a very quiet one because it'll just be people who are associated with the day nursery that go to it. However, it was free, so a bit of a no-brainer really. It's just all it's going to cost is my time, and I thought, well, it's good practice setting up and taking down my table. So that's on the 7th of December, and then on the 14th of December I have got one in Reading, where I used to live, in in a local community hall, and it's the second year this fair is run. She ran it last year. It's a friend of mine called Patricia that runs it, and Pat ran it last year for the first time, and it did really well. So I'm quite hopeful that'll be a very good one. So let me just show you everything I've been making. Right, here's my table. Well, this is not going to be the final setup. This has just got everything kind of dumped on it for now. But as you can see, I've got quite a bit of stuff ready to go. We'll start down at this end. I'll show you what all I've been making. So I've been making scrunchies, which is in this kind of lovely velvet yarn. So they're quite nice. I've got some different colours in there. I followed a pattern by Passionate Kelsey. Really easy to do. It's just single crochet around about 30 times around a hair bobble, as I call them, and then in each stitch you do 3 double treble crochets, UK terms. So it's really easy to do. Then we have a load of hair clips, which I made. Actually, these are old stock from years ago, and they're just like a long strip doubled over to look like a bow with a button, and then hot glued onto a hair clip. And they do quite well. I'd say that's stock from years ago. Then we have ear warmers, which if you've followed my Instagram, you've seen them on there. So I've done them to match these cowls over here. And on the cowls, you can see that I've got these like really cool little labels. Say Emerald Cottage. I'm really pleased with those. I think they're really, really cute. And the ear warmers are matching, although I haven't put any tags in them yet. But that'll make a really nice set. Just lovely, aren't they? So this is all with marble chunky, James C. Brett marble chunky. I think I've got about a dozen ear warmers, and the same again in the cowls. So the cowls are really, really chunky and cozy and warm, and they're like a Mobius strip. So it's when you crochet a long rectangle, and then when you join it, you twist it before you join it, so you get this Mobius strip. I'll put a link in the comments below again for that. I've got loads of colours of these, and I've got a blue one on the go as well, but yeah, these are just fabulous. It's really hard to know how to display them because the ones underneath get a bit lost, and people might not want to rummage through, so not quite sure how I'm going to display those. I might have to get a bigger basket for them or something. Then we have the turtles, which are all in this little basket here. I think we've got about 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 of those. Nothing's priced yet. I've got to work out the prices of everything, so that's a bit of a problem. Pricing, I just don't know. So that's going to be a last minute thing, I think. I just have to kind of cobble something together. Then we have some pencil cases that I made years ago. Again, this is old stock, but they're still nice pencil cases. I've got some Christmas ones. So there's like this lovely little penguin one. Oh, so that's a tissue holder. That should be over there. Yeah, Christmas tree ones, little penguins. And then I've got lots of kiddie ones with lots of children's fabric. So those are pencil cases. Oh, I remember my daughter used to use this one that I'd made. She used to have one like that, except hers had a big ink leak on it and a big black circle. Then I've got some key rings, which are just these little heart key rings. They're really pretty. They've got these little charms hanging off them down below. And then we've got some Kindle covers. So these are covers for your Kindle. Debating whether or not to line these. They're quite sort of squishy and robust as they are, but I think lining them might finish them off just that bit more professionally. So might line those if I get time, I'll see. Then we come on to the toys, or more of the toys, because obviously the turtles here are toys. More of the toys. Again, this is not the final setup. I've just got these kind of roughly set out. So I've got some teddy bears, which are there. Teddy bears there, and then some more up here. 2 little bears up here as well. And then as you can see, I've got some flamingos, which are down there, and then up here. They're cute, aren't they? Love them. And then the little ducks, they're so sweet. They're really cute. Love the ducks. So yeah, I'm going to make some little chicks as well, I think, and some axolotls. They've got to be made still. But I've got 3 weeks still before the first fair, so I've got plenty of time. And I'll be making all these coin purses, which are really hard to open with one hand. In fact, I can open them with one hand. Maybe open them with the other hand. There we go. This little coin purse, you see? They're really cute. I'm making a load of those. Then I've got bookmarks, which I've only got 3 out at the moment, so I'll put more out on the actual day, but they're just very simple bookmarks with a flower at one end and a leaf at the other, and when they're all out together they look amazing. Granny square bags, these little kind of crossbody bags. Again, I'm going to line these, I think, and make some more of them possibly as well. And then some tissue covers. So you can see here that you just pop the tissue in this little flap and then it comes out. So it's a little tissue holder. So I've got some tissue holders. The tissue holders and the pencil cases were old stock from before, and the care clips. So they haven't been made this time round, but everything else has. So I've been really busy. So yeah, so that's my table so far. So I'm planning to get some more, like for over there, getting some more boxes to add a bit of height, like these crates are here. So I'm going to rejig the display quite a lot. But it's getting there, so I'm pretty pleased. Yeah, very proud of myself. So that's it. So there you have it, that's it for today. I'm not going to show you loads of specific whips because I've been working on all the craft fair stuff. And I've shown you all my hauls, so I'm a very lucky girl, I know that. So yeah, so thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Sorry if you've got yarn envy over the sash adjustments. But yes, I'm going to go and cuddle my yarn now, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching, bye.